You don't understand what happened the last 10 minutes here. But he's here now. I'm happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you leave your regular attention to the South End of America. As you honor America, please rise to the praise of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, we are invited NFL Chief for municipal meetings building and our COVID-19 protocol of mass areas early. Our official board is AKA for section 9DAIE. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Elementary Officer Health and Human Resources Center. This is the Jerry Empty Arena, and today the Lady Voorhees University Tigers take on the women from Washington Adventist University. And now, introducing the starting lineup for our visitors from Washington Adventist University. Wearing the 3-silver champion. Wearing the 4-yard drum. Wearing the 35 Anastasia Allen. Wearing number 20, Jemiah Peterson. And wearing the 1 Soul Power. Washington Adventist is coached by Gary Ryan and assisted by Danielle Quinn. And now, your University Tower. And now,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you heard the starting lineups, welcome on in to Lady Tigers basketball right here on our YouTube channel at Voorhees University Athletics and also on our Facebook Live at Voorhees University. I'm Clarence Jones, and once again, my partner for the play-by-play and commentating is Kaya Jarvis. And Kaya, this is a big game here, the conference game. The Lady Tigers are 2-2 in the conference. Meanwhile, the Shock are 6-1. So this is a big game for the Lady Tigers.
Yeah, this is a big game. The Lady Tigers actually need this so they can um be able to have an opportunity to play in the NAIA tournament coming in the end of March. So this is a big opportunity for the Lady Tigers to get a conference win and add to that record.
Well, here's the thing. Right now, the Lady Tigers are on the fringes of making it even to their conference tournament. So remember, if you don't make it to your conference tournament, you definitely not make it to the NAIA tournament. So right now, they're in the fringes as we are underway here. The Lady Tigers will have possession. Lady Tigers yesterday fell to the Lady Lions of Payne College by the final score of 63-50. So this is a quick turnaround here, Kaya.
Yeah, this is a quick turnaround game. We got to come off the loss yesterday and fight back today as we are playing a conference game, and this is important for conference play coming in the end of February.
So the Lady Tigers are trying to shock the shock here. And the Tigers then, as that shot is no good. Parker comes away with the rebound. And we'll need the sharp shooting expertise of Parker and also Ty Bunkley, and as well as Kokla. So these Lady Tigers definitely, they need to play their best, probably their best game of the season. Shout out to everybody that's watching us right now, including Michael Watkins that's watching us from Texas. Thank you for watching us here today as that shot is up and no good, but the rebound is there and it's home.
By Janiyah Peterson.
Janiyah is one of the leading scorers for the Shock. She averages 10.5 points, and also her backcourt mate, Soli Carroll, also averaging 10.5 points. Now, here's the interesting thing. It's not like the Shock has a deep team, but they have a very a good functional team that can play together. And when you can play together like the Shock has been playing this season, you don't need a
win games.
Yep. You don't need about 15, 16 players.
And it's Janiyah Peterson again from the three-point line.
5-0 is our score. Shock up early.
And that'll be a turnover.
Nope, offensive foul. And that offensive foul will be on number 21, backcourt mate, Soli Carroll, we just talked about.
And Ty Bunkley, she's shaking up from that last hit she just took.
We'll watch that as Herder will have the basketball. They go over to Parker.
If Voorhees can really take care of the ball today and make the open shots, we're looking at possibly an upset here tonight.
As Bunkley misses that, back the other way. Here's Carroll from the corner. That's no good, but the rebound, put back is not there. Kokla comes away with the rebound. 5-0 is our score. For those of you just joining us here, the Shock are 14-6 overall, 6-1 in the conference. Lady Tigers, and because how many teams and how spread apart this conference is, the Lady Tigers only have played 4. This is only their 5th conference game of the regular season. Meanwhile, this is the Shock's 8th conference game of the regular season. But this is a big opportunity for the Lady Tigers to try to move up in the standings, which right now they're in the middle of the pack. The shot's up, no good, but the rebound is there.
By Allen.
Allen, and it's a steal by Carroll. So already the Shock has have a couple of steals here. They go inside, bounce pass, nice pass, and in there for two is Peterson.
Janiyah Peterson already being a big scorer in today's game.
Yeah, Peterson already now looks like with 7 points, 7 out of the 9 points. As that shot is up, no good. Back the other way. Here is Jones, number 4, and Peterson, number 20. And that is stolen. Good defense there by Carl. Up the court it goes. Here's Parker all alone. And that's the first 2 points for the Lady Tigers.
And your score now is 2-9 with a little under 6 minutes.
Here's Jones. Can't hit. Gets on rebound. Puts it up. Cannot hit. Third opportunity. And we have a foul. And
foul is on Alyssa Herder.
And Kai,
those second chance opportunities, the rebounds is what has been killing the Tigers all season. We got to box out.
Got to. Also, a special good afternoon to Jeremiah West, also watching us from Tennessee. Lendale watching us from Somerville. She says, "Go Lady Tigers." And Gertrude Irving also, "Let's go Lady Tigers."
And the first free throw is good for Brianna Jones.
And this is a guard-heavy team. I mean, on their roster, like officially, they only have 4 forwards. The rest are guards. So
I mean, but that's today's basketball. It's really guard heavy. I mean, you see your bigs here and there you have, but it's really guard heavy basketball now.
And and that's interesting that you mentioned that because about 20, 30 years ago, it would seem outrageous to start 3 guards in a game.
Now people start 4.
Right.
And she knocked down all 3 free throws. Jones 3 for 3 from the free throw line. As Newbill checks in the game for the first time this afternoon.
Well, you look at this game, Kaya. Lady Tigers, of course, it was disappointed yesterday, but this is a big opportunity as far as conference for them. Newbill is in the game. Here's Bunkley being double teamed, had to pick up a dribble, and it's stolen.
Bunkley's being double teamed because of the 3-point shot that she has.
The other way, and it's up and good for Sarah Shamdeen. And that's her first 2 points. And already it's 13-2. The Lady Tigers are down here. So the shot are coming out quick here. Here's Bunkley for 3. No good. Carl with the rebound. Put back up. It's no good. So here comes the shot. Shamdeen falls to the floor, and we'll have a foul here. Might be on Herder once again. No, they call it
and
Cambria
that'll be
Parker.
Her second. As she comes out the game.
Oh, and something's wrong with Herder.
Looks like it appear to be her right knee.
Yeah, knee or ankle, something or the lower leg. And remember, Ravenel is not playing today because of her injury yesterday. That's a 3-pointer.
And that's going to be Carl.
So Carroll with the 3-pointer, and it's 16-2. The Shock is out early and running.
And they seem to be trapping in these corners here, which is turning the Tigers over.
That defense causes a turnover.
As number 41, Amber, checks in the game for the Shock.
Right now, the Lady Tigers got to settle down because 16-2. That's jumping out of a big lead, and we played a little over half of the first quarter.
Ravenel would have played a key part in this game today, so it's really hurting the Tigers now that her and Alyssa Herder are now hurt and possibly would miss a couple games.
Well, hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully, Herder. Hopefully she could come back in, but I don't know right now. The trainer is looking at her But we'll see what happens. As a steal there by the Lady Tigers, so something going the Lady Tigers' way there. But they got to put some points on the board. Here's IG looking for. Oh, she had a wide open Marshall, but coming in, the closing the gap is the Shocks defender, number 41, as you just mentioned, Norman. Excuse me, Mormon.
And that's going to be
That
number 23, Shelby Riggs, from the three-point line there.
and Ricks with her first field goal
And
and
that,
another steal.
turnover.
My goodness, what's going on here?
Riggs coming back the other way.
That shot is up and no good. Kokla comes away with it. It's 19-2. Shock on top. Lady Tigers have to get some points going here. Under 3.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Here's a three-pointer on the way. That's no good. And a rebound there by Peterson.
Coach Glover went with a different lineup today to start the game. What do you think the lineup change was about?
Well, trying to get something going, that's number one. But number two, your healthy players. You know, who's healthy? You know, right now, we go late in the season, you know, you have some knickknacks. And especially, you know, what a couple of your big girls are down now. So you have to change the lineup a little bit. Here's Carl along the baseline. That shot off the side of the rim. Mormon with the rebound. 19-2 is our score. Under 3 minutes. Matter of fact, we're down to 2.5 minutes left in the first.
As Newbill tips the ball out of bounds.
That is going to be an assignment for Newbill that she has to really take on this afternoon with Mormon coming off the bench. Both of them coming off the bench.
As shot clock's running down.
Well, nice pass. But unable to hit is Mormon. With only 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
Seems like there was some miscommunication right there on that backdoor cut.
And right now, the referees having a small conference
about possession.
It's 2:19 to go here. The Shock, actually, this season has played like they're one of the top 25 teams in the NAIA, but especially in the conference as the Shock takes a timeout. 2:19 remaining in the first quarter, and it's 19-2. The Lady Tigers are down, and right now, the Lady Tigers got to get something going here, Kaya.
Offensively, we're struggling. We barely are getting the ball across half court. We gotta stop the turnovers and the defensive boards. We're letting them out rebound. That's on the defensive boards here, and we just gotta box out, calm down, and get some open shots and play smart basketball.
Especially the fact that you think about it, Shock has stole at least 3 possessions from the Lady Tigers
and are capitalizing on these turnovers. As the Shots are about to take the ball in.
It's about 2 seconds left on the shot clock. They get it in, put it up. Oh, it's good. And that is number 11, Allen. Allen with her first 2 points. And it's 21-2. Newbill gets it out. Here's Coca. Back over to Newbill. Newbill drives and is blocked by Mormon. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Shock ball. Again, this is a good team. This is not just in the conference. This is a good team nationally. And right now,
they play well. They play together.
Right.
And they play smart. And so we got to settle down.
Got to settle down, Lady Tigers. Let's see what they do here on this possession. Ford Garden. Now they go inside once again. And I thought it would be off of Allen.
The ball slipped right out of her hands.
Yeah. Well, Shock will have the basketball. Coming up on 1.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter with the Shock leading 21-2. They go inside once again. Mormon.
They
This
down there looking like the Twin Towers.
right between Mormon
And
and Allen.
Allen,
Let's see, Allen goes at 6'2", and Mormon goes at 6'2" as well. But it's not just 6'2", but they're wide bodies at that.
Mormon hailing from Cleveland, Tennessee, and Allen from Columbia, Maryland.
As Ford puts it in, Lanisha Ford, and now it is 21-4. Lady Tigers are down, but still, you got a lot of time left in this ball game to come back in. Ford playing some nice defense as they go in the corner. Here's Mormon, and it's a near steal. Oh, diving for it. Good play for Kokla. Marshall gives it up to Ford. Ford is fouled. Now that's the type of defense that
That
coach is talking
hustle,
about. Yeah.
that hunger.
Coach Glover talk about that hustle, and you saw it right there on display right there.
As Nadisha Forrest at the free throw line. And these free throws are going to be key today,
Oh
as
yeah,
they were yesterday.
right. But especially now that you're down early, 21-4.
As she hits the first.
Ford, 2 for 2 at the line, goes 4. 21-6 is our score. Lady Tigers are down, but at one point they were down 21-2. The Shock went on a 18-0 run. And that shot is no good. Ball goes out of bounds. Basketball will belong to the Lady Tigers. Only 22 seconds remaining here. 21-6 is our score. The Shock jumping out to an early big lead at 1 point, 21-2. Lady Tigers are trying to chip away on this lead here. Shot clock turned off. This is the final seconds of the first quarter. Down to 10 seconds. Here's Parker. Over to Kokla. Kokla puts it up. Bank shot is good as the horn sounds for the first quarter. And at the end of one, it is 21 for the Shock and 8 for Voorhees, but it was at 1 point 21-2. So these last 6 points of the quarter belonging to the Lady Tigers. So the Lady Tigers starting to come back a little bit here. What's your thoughts on this first quarter?
We came out really slow. The Tigers came out really slow and allowed the Shock to come in and turn them over early, which we just can't do, and allowing them to get some defensive boards that are big boards and allowing them to capitalize. So if I'm Coach Glover right now, and this is my team, I'm telling my team, hey, we got to box out, we got to get on the board, we got to control the basketball and just play smart.
Would you think, because I know Glover, uh, he's good at trying to call the full court pressure. You think he might call it a few times here in the second quarter to try to force some turnovers?
Just based off what we saw yesterday with Payne, the weak side of the press has been an issue for the Lady Tigers this last game as well. So if the Shocker is already turning us over, I wouldn't jeopardize coming out in the press.
Gotcha. All right, as we come out in the second quarter, just wanted to let you know one of our sponsors, we have the Ross Center located at 1535 Russell Street in Orangeburg, South Carolina. For the best prices in town, log on to www.rosscenter.net for more details for your next event. As we start the second quarter, Shock are up 21-8. They go inside, and they're good defense once again for the Lady Tigers. You like to see that. Here's Parker. Get off the Ford. And we have a jump ball situation. But the Lady Tigers will hold on to the basketball. as we played about 30 seconds into this second quarter. Bunkley comes back in. Parker with the possession. And that ball is tipped and picked off. So Shock forcing another turnover. Back the other way. Here comes Shamdeen. That shot no good. Newbill with the rebound. As we played about a minute into this second quarter. The Lady Tigers right now, as we carry over to the second quarter, they're on a 6-0 run. Here's Newbill. Newbill, high, too hard off the glass. They go up the court, and that'll be a turnover. That
One of
pass,
their first
Right.
first turnovers of the game for the
Right.
Shock.
and that's a shot. Oh, you're gonna hear the puns here today.
Oh no.
21-8 is our score. Washington Adventist University out of Maryland. In fact, they're closer around to the D.C. area.
Right there where that DC, Virginia, Maryland area all
Well-
together.
Yeah, the DMV as they call it,
Yep.
but they're more on the Maryland side. Under 8.5 minutes to go. It's 21-8. If you're just joining us here, we're in the second quarter.
Both teams have not scored.
Oh,
since
nice
this quarter has
pass.
started.
As Jones slips into the back door. And it's 23-8. Shock on top.
Brianna Jones has 5 already.
As we play 2 minutes into this second quarter, it's 23-8.
Newbill with the basketball,
Newbill facing up.
and she turns it over. Jones coming back the other way
As up
for
top.
the Shock.
And that'll be a foul from behind. Look like that will go against Parker. So Parker picks up her second. Alicia Herder. Well, that's good to see Alicia back into the ball game.
As her and Carl check back in the game.
But it's great to see Alicia in there because look,
She
we
looked
down.
really shaken up
Right.
just in the first quarter. If you missed it, she took a hard hit early in the first.
As at the line shooting right now is Shelby Ricks. Ricks, a junior, 5'9", out of Lakeland, Florida.
As she hits.
24-8 is our score as we come up on the 7.5 minute mark remaining here in the second quarter. Alicia has almost picked off. Oh, nice pass. Carl gets to Herder. Back over to Ford. Ford too hard off the window. And a steal. Here's Carl. Carl puts it up. Newbill is blocked. Blocked by Jones there. And we'll have a timeout called by the Shock. And with that timeout, it is 7 minutes and 9 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. It is 24 for the Shock, 8 for the Lady Tigers. This is a Continental Athletic Conference game for the Lady Tigers. The Lady Tigers are 2-2 in conference play. This is only their 5th conference game. Meanwhile, for the Shock, this is their 8th conference game. And the Shock right now on top of the conference with a 6-1 mark. And not only that, they are considered one of the top teams as far as top. We go in top 30. They're one of the top 30 teams in the nation right now in NAIA basketball.
And they don't come that deep. It's not only about 15 players on the team.
If that. But still they play together. I mean, we've seen it live here, but I've also seen a couple of tapes getting ready for the game, and they play with a good passion. And you have to tip of the cap to Jared Lyons, the head coach for the shop, as getting his team prepared each and every game. Here's Jones out of the timeout. Jones in between four Lady Tigers, as that 3-pointer on the way is no good for Ricks, as we have a whistle and look like they have a 3-second violation called against the shop,
as they're coming back out in this press that we saw early on in the game.
which worked. Under 7 minutes to go. It is 24-8 is our score. Shop on top. Here's Ford. And that should be a foul. Called on Sarah Shamdeen. That is Shamdeen's first and the team's first of the second period. Bounce pass, here's Buckley. Puts it up and draws another foul.
As Bunkley's headed to the free throw line, she's been kind of quiet today with the scoring. Hopefully she can knock these up so she can be on the board.
Anastasia Allen picks up the personal foul. That is her first and team's second. So Ty at the line, shooting 2.
And she hits the first.
Ty, along with Ford, are the 2 leading scorers for the Lady Tigers this season, both averaging in the double figures, 12 and 13 points, respectively.
As Bunkley goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
And it's now a 14-point shot lead at 24-10 as we're under the 6.5-minute mark. And it looks like a foul is called against Ford.
Ford thought she had her feet set there. Was looking for
an
offensive foul.
Right. But you do what you can when you're up against a good team like this and you're down by 14. You try to get any little foul called, but not there. Shot up, no good there for Shamdeen.
Carl coming back the other way for the Tigers.
As we're coming down to 6 minutes remaining in the first half, here's Carl. Carl, runner in the lane is good.
That's Carl's first field goal of the game. If they could just get going, we could easily come back.
Now the lead is cut down to half. It's a 12-point lead at 24-12. Too hard off the window. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Voorhees basketball. It's almost seemed like now you got to really just make good almost every trip. Now, I know it's impossible to be 100% from the field, but when you're down by 12 points and you're facing a nationally ranked team like the Shop, you have to make every possession, offensive possession, make it count.
And here's Ford coming the other way for the Tigers.
3-pointer on the way for Carl. That's no good. 5:15 to go. Shamdeen will try her hand at a 3-pointer, and that's no good. Rebound, putback is up and good for the 6'2", Allen.
Allen getting one of those big boards that I was talking about, those second chance shots.
26-12 is our score. Shock on top of the Lady Tigers. Under 5 minutes to go. Anir still there. Newbill picks up the ball. Looking for somebody to go to. Here's Bunkley.
As shot clock is winding down.
Yep, under 10 seconds. Matter of fact, it's at 5 seconds. Bunkley, and that's a steal. And it's still led by Ricks. Ricks up the court it goes. Here's Jones. Jones puts it in.
Jones already with 7 points here.
And it's 28-12. Shot on a little mini run here. Bunkley, 3-pointer, no good. Herder
loses the rebound. And here's Ricks coming back the other way.
coming up the court, and we have bodies to the floor, picked up by Voorhees. Here's Herder. Gives up to Ford. Ford, pull-up shot, no good. Or knocked around, out of bounds. Last touch by the Lady Tigers. As we'll have a couple of substitutions coming in. And also coming in for the first time, Avis Williams, number 34 for the Lady Tigers.
Avis is a freshman here for the Lady Tigers.
But I think that's a good move for Coach Glover because
She
Avis,
brings some height,
yes,
some needed height
yes,
out there for Allen and Mormon.
Yeah.
To go at Allen and Mormon, who's killing us right now on
Avis,
these boards.
Yeah, Avis is 6'1", but she's going up a 6'2" opponent. And that goes out of bounds, and it will be a turnover. Lady Tigers will have the basketball.
The Shock rarely turn the ball over. We've seen them only turn it over here about twice.
Yeah. That's the second errant pass of the ball game. 28-12 is our score. 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Once again, thank you everybody for tuning in on our YouTube page and also on Facebook Live.
We have me, Rick, saying, let's go Shock. Seattle down.
Settle down.
Settle down.
Under 10 seconds to go. Is Bunkley unable to hit. And a rebound. Here comes the Shock. Shock with a 28-12 lead. They go inside. Here's Moorman. Gets
some
on
good
rebound.
Played there by Williams.
Yep. Deep three-pointer, but it doesn't matter as Shamdeen with the three-pointer, and the Shock extends their lead now to 31-12 with 2:45 remaining here in the second quarter. Here's Herder. Kicks it out. Bunkley, try a hand at a three. Got it!
That's Ty's Bunkley first three of the game.
And a much-needed three, as right now the Shock are now up 31-15, but under 2.5 minutes to go. Here's Litton. Being guarded by Carl. Carl almost comes up with the basketball. 10 seconds.
Right here at 10.
Yep. They go inside. 3 seconds. Yep. 3-second violation. And Coach Glover knew it because I heard him from here saying 3 seconds.
Coach Glover just trying to help out the ref a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. If you're just joining us, the Shock jumped out to a 21-2 lead. And since then, Lady Tigers been trying to battle back. And there is a three for Carl.
Carl's first three of the afternoon.
31-18 is our score. Shock are up, but Lady Tigers trying to chip away.
As
we'll have
Ford
a
is
whistle.
fouled. And that should be her second, isn't it?
Probably so.
That's what we don't need is Ford getting into foul trouble.
Right. So I said, yeah, you're absolutely right. Second foul. So right now we have 23 and 21 for the Shock coming in. That is Ricks. And also number 21, Soli Carroll checking back in.
Looks like Inga is about to check back in the game for the Tigers.
That shot no good. It's 1 minute and 32 seconds to go.
As she hits that one.
32-18 is our score. Shock on top. And as you mentioned, here comes IG Kokla back into the ball game. Let's see if the Lady Tigers can cut the lead down a little bit before halftime. Throw Carl. Oh, just missed it. Back the other way. Cross-court pass. Shamdeen for three. Good. Shamdeen is shining here this afternoon. That's her second three-pointer. It's 35-18. Shock on top.
We're just right here at a minute.
Ford, as she throws it away. Here comes Carroll, gives it up to Jones, and a two-pointer. Man, this Shock team.
They're not selfish. They pass that basketball when they're out on the break.
Yes, indeed. Showing why they are 6-1 in the conference play right now. Three-pointer for Carl, no good. Shamdeen on with the rebound. 35 seconds to go. Up the court it goes. Here's Carroll. Cannot hit.
As Carl comes back the other way with the basketball for the Tigers with just about under 20 seconds.
It's about 2 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. Under 20 seconds to go. Kokla, cross-court pass. Bunkley drives to the basket. And once again, just rims out. Shot
The
clock
rim is
turn.
not our friend today.
Right. And we're supposed to be home. Here's Jones taking it all the way and no good. That's the end of the first half.
And your score is going to be 37-18. Voorhees down.
And down by 19. Got to get something going. But again, with the shot jumping out to that 21-2 lead, this is the reason why that the Lady Tigers will go into the locker room down 37-18, because the Shock really came out humming in that first quarter, going up 21-2. But of course, once again, the Lady Tigers are trying to chip away at this game. But we still got a whole half to play. So what do you think the Lady Tigers need to do to cut this 19-point deficit?
The turnovers in the office, in the defensive boards, were allowing the Shock to get a second chance opportunity, and that is killing us. It is killing us. And so, if I'm Coach Glover right now, I'm going into the locker room and I'm telling my girls to box out, and not only box out, but just play smart basketball. Sometimes we overthink a pass, or we're a second late on the pass, and now the pass is not open. So just making a pass at the right time and boxing out and just playing good basketball.
Not only that, going into the second half, the Lady Tigers will have a situation by way of two players, Amber Mormon and also Allen. Those two have been around that basket and limiting the Lady Tigers in second chances on the offensive end.
I think Coach Glover made the right adjustment for that, bringing Avis Williams into the game, adding some much needed height to guard both Allen and Mormon. So I think if he continues to play her and she can make some big plays, then I think they'll be okay. They won't be the reason that we just so happen to lose this game.
Well, another problem that's coming up right now is Sarah Shamdeen. She is having a nice shooting day from the field. Right now, unofficially, we have down 9 points from her, but still, she's been hot. Brianna Jones has been hot, and it's funny that we talked at the top of the broadcast that Janiyah Peterson and Soli Carroll are the two leading scorers, but
But they have been quiet.
yeah, they've been
Like, every time we say they're quiet, they come back the second half roaring.
right. So we will see what happens in the second half. Thank you for joining us. A special shout out to all the Shock fans that are tuning in here this afternoon. Thank you for joining us, and of course, as always, Tiger Nation as well. All right, we'll be right back as the cheerleaders for Voorhees University entertaining our Dawson Center crowd. We'll be right back for the second half. So stay with us. You're watching Lady Tigers basketball on YouTube and Facebook Live. We'll be back.
think about Voorhees University, think efficiency, effectiveness, and innovation. Know that we are even more mission focused, student centered, and data driven. We are serving students better, creating more opportunities for service learning, and making the campus an ideal environment for teaching and learning and campus life. During the spring and summer months, we improved structures and landscaping totaling $3.5 million. Dollars. We upgraded residence halls, repaired major systems on campus, replaced roofs, and conducted historic preservation work on the oldest building on campus, the Booker T. Washington Building. You can see pole signs that adorn the campus and take the Voorhees presence to downtown Denmark. Perhaps most importantly, students can take advantage of new majors in environmental science, hospitality and tourism management, and emergency management. We have 19 online degrees and a graduate degree in teaching and learning, with one concentration in education systems improvement and another in PK-12 education. Yes, we have something for everyone. We are planning facilities that will enhance student life and increase our reach into the community through the Becoming Beloved Community Initiative. Academic excellence and student success, talent acquisition, leverage and leadership, and accountability, stability, and sustainability. It is a great day to be at Voorhees University. We are happy that you are here to move with us to the next level of excellence.
Welcome back here as we get ready to start the second half of our ball game between the Shock, Washington Adventist University out of Maryland, and our Voorhees University Lady Tigers. I'm Clarence Jones, and of course, my partner Kaya Jarvis is joining me also on the broadcast here. It is 37-18 is our score. The Shock leading the Lady Tigers. Lady Tigers was once down 21-2 in the first quarter. But since then, the Lady Tigers trying to come back into this ball game. They still have a deep hole to come out. As we start the second half, that three-pointer on the way is no good. But hustling for the rebound and putting it in
It's
is
Carol.
Carol. Yes, solely Carol, and she has 5 points on the afternoon, and it's a 21-point lead at 39-18. Kokla, Herder, Carl, as well as Snow starting off the second half. So not the same starting lineup that we seen
We
in
are
the first
seeing
half. Yeah.
lineup changes today. It's just about finding the best five that's going to work.
Yeah. And especially against a team like the Shock, who's can run up and down the court and just play good team ball all the way around. That shot up and no good there by Allen.
I think Snow is out there to slow down Sarah Shadeen, have speed guarding speed.
Yeah. Also, once again, like to thank everybody for tuning in and commenting in our chat rooms, whether you're in the YouTube chat room or the Facebook chat room. Shout out to some of the Shock fans that are commenting, like Cindy Ming, who is a Lady Shocks fan. And of course, our Tiger Nation representing, as always.
As Allen knocks down one out of the two.
And can you believe that's Allen's first point? Oh, no. Yep. Anastasia Allen. You know, and now I was just looking at it. There's two Allens. I was wondering if they were sisters or cousins or something like that, but it doesn't look like they are related.
Looks like they're both from Maryland, though.
They're both from Maryland.
One's a junior, one's a senior.
Here's Anastasia Allen
with another field goal.
And that is 42-18. And now the Shock leading here. Lady Tigers trying to get it together here. Here's Snow. Gives it up. IG. Oh, that's off. Up the court it goes.
Out already on the break.
Carol puts it up and in. 7 points for Carol. And it's 44-18.
And here's Bunkley.
Oh, wow. That is no good. Carl on the rebound. The shot is up and no good. Herder puts it back up. No good.
And layups are going to be a big thing here in this game as well. We're missing some key layups.
Out of the corner. Carol hits the three.
And Carol is coming out blazing in this second half already.
She has her average 10 points. And it is 47-18. The Shock are extending their lead. And a turnover. And the Shock will have the basketball.
And timeouts called here by Voorhees.
The timeout by Voorhees, yes, and a much-needed timeout because the Shock is coming out here firing up. And they already scored 10 points. And Voorhees still looking for their first basket of the second half.
And your score here is going to be 47-18. Voorhees down.
Yep. Thank you, Cindy, for letting us know. No relation between the Allens. So there you have it.
They're both from Maryland.
They're just both from Maryland. Thank you, Cindy. Appreciate that. 7 minutes and 34 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 47-18 is our score. Clarence Jones along with Kaya Jarvis as we are on hand here. This is the second game of a back-to-back home here for the Lady Tigers. They lost yesterday to the Lady Lions 63-50. And now they come here with this conference game, a conference game that if they can pull it out, but they have a large comeback to come here. But the Lady Tigers right now 2-2 in conference play. Meanwhile, the Shock, the top team in the conference, 6-1.
And a
And we have a
travel
double traveling.
violation
Yep.
is called.
So a traveling violation called, and the Lady Tigers will have possession. And you mentioned it during the first half, and we can reiterate this here in the second half. Just looking at the Shock team up close, they don't take too much mistakes. They don't take. They don't force too many. Well, they don't do too many unforced turnovers. I put it
Right.
to you like that. They only had about what
Two
two
in
in the
the
first
first
half.
half.
Yeah.
So that goes to the discipline that their coach, Jared Lyons, instills in them, along with his assistants. As Voorhees just turned the ball over, and the Shock now hold possession of the basketball.
Here's Shamdean pull up shot, and Shamdean continues to be a high percentage from the field, and it's now 47, or that should be 49-20. Here is Bunkley down low.
If we can continue to break that press like that, we can easily try to get back in this game with the score now being 47-22.
Here's a 3-pointer out, and it's no
Ford with the
good.
rebound,
Ford with the rebound.
pushing the ball back the other way for the Tigers.
Kick ball out of bounds. Shamdean off of her leg. We may have to check the scoreboard, because that last shot that was in by the Shock, I should have made it 49, but we will see. Because I'm
It looks like they're going in to make looking at the books now.
yeah, it should be 49-22, but there you go. Now they changed it.
Yep. Now the score is 49-22. The Shock are up.
Oh, and if Ford, if she would have turned around, she would have came up with an easy steal.
As the Shock just have one of those turnovers that we just were talking about.
Yep. As Moorman, number 41 for the Shock, returns into the ball game.
The Shock coming out that press that they were just in here.
Under 6 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. It's 49-22. Shock on top. Here's Herder. Herder to the basket, and good. That's Alicia first field goal of the afternoon. And it's now 49-24. Shock still on top. Lady Tigers trying to battle back here with 5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Carroll, no good. Here come the Lady Tigers. Herder for three, no good. And ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Shock. 5 minutes and 12 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, 49-24. For those of you who have just joined us, whether you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook Live, let us know where you're watching the game from. And if you represent the Tiger Nation or you represent the Shock Nation. Here's Bunkley. Bunkley can't put it in.
But she's fouled. She set it to the free throw line. Hopefully she can knock down these 2 free throws for the Tigers.
And you know what now, because being down 49-24, they'll probably have to be at least 95% from the free throw line here. But here's another thing. The Shock is not giving up too many fouls neither.
As Bunkley hits that first. And she
Bunkley
hits the second as well.
hits both. 49-26. Lady Tigers trying to chip away at this lead. Under 5 minutes to go. Here's Carroll being guarded by Carl. They go inside. Here's Moorman. Moorman bodies. And that is
Her first two
her
of
first two. Yep.
the afternoon as well.
51-26 is our score. The Shock on top. Here's Ford with the runner. No good. Herder with the rebound. Bunkley. Opportunity for three. Can't hit.
Ford with the rebound.
Here's Carl. Now under 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Carl along the baseline, puts it up. No good. Ball at first was knocked around. Now it's picked up by the shot. It's Carroll. Gives it off. Three-pointer on the way is good. My goodness.
By
Abby Linton. And that is her first points. And it's 54-26.
And she comes
looking
up with
for
a
more.
steal.
Linton gives it up to Jones. Jones drawing the foul. With 3 minutes and 29 seconds to go. The Shock with 54 points and looking for more. As Bunkley picks up her first and a team second of the third quarter. Let's go to the comment section. Shout out to Relaford, D. Relaford. How you doing, sir? A proud Tiger alum. And also a big-time DJ. I like to call him. Big Meech, they call him.
And Jones.
Jones hit the second. It's 55-26. Under 3.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Turnaround shot for her to
Very short.
That is whoa.
It's gonna be shots basketball here.
Yep.
Looks like we're bringing on some man-to-man defense here now for the Lady Tigers.
Here's Mormon. Puts it in. Passes out. Open shooter. No good. Ball knocked out of bounds. And they'll say last touch by the Shock. Under 3 minutes to go, 55-26 is our score. Lady Tigers are down, but trying to battle back here.
And we got Mr. DJ Marshall in the comments cheering for the Lady Tigers. He's watching from Baton Rouge.
As D. Relaford, yeah, short bench, but they putting in the work. Talking about the Shock. Yes, indeed, it is a short bench, but they all putting in some work here this afternoon. The whole team is putting in some work. To be honest with you, Relaford, to be honest with you, is they have a good all-around team.
As Coach Glover is appalled by what just happened here, as Herter was pushed to the floor.
And no call. 55-26 and a steal. Something that the Lady Tigers need. Here's Parker. That's good. 55-28. Lady Tigers are down to the Shock. Under 2.5 minutes to go.
Nadisha Ford getting on the floor for the ball today, and she begins to hustle.
One thing about these Lady Tigers, they will not give up, even though down 55-28. But as DJ Marshall said, fight Lady Tigers, and they're trying to fight here. Parker out of the corner for three. No good.
Allen coming with the rebound. Parker with the steal.
Parker.
Oh, and a foul is called.
Will they call it on? Yes, they will call it on Linton.
Abby Linton.
So good defense there for Parker. $55-28 is our score. Lady Tigers down, but have possession. So, it's going to be a very important last 2 minutes here. Number one, you don't really want the Shock to score again. But number two, you want to get on kind of a quick run here to end this third quarter.
To cut down some of the deficit that we're down. Sierra Beth says that Voorhees get a new gym.
New floor, new basketball court. For those Matter of fact, for those of you who just have not seen, this is a new basketball court as Herder puts it in.
Now if we can just get a stop right here to get a stop to stop the Shock from scoring and cut down some of the deficit and go down and score.
They go inside. Mormon with good position, cannot hit. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up and in. So it's now 57-30. Lady Tigers are down. Herder goes for three. No good.
As Abby leaks and comes around with the ball.
A minute and a half remaining here in the third quarter. They go inside. Turnaround shot is no good. Rebound there by Bunkley. Here's Ford. Ford brings it up the court. Ford attacking the basket. And she draws the foul. And the Lady Tigers may need to draw a lot more fouls here to try to get back in the ball game, because not only that, when you draw the foul, you go into the free throw line, but more importantly, the clock stops to try to get back into the game.
And the score right now is 57-30. If Nadisha Ford can knock down these two, it'll be 32-57. Voorhees still down.
And you need as many buckets as you can to try to come back here. Ford, one of the leading scorers for the Lady Tigers besides Ty Bunkley, misses on the first. Avis Williams checks back in.
Ford hits the second. So she's 1 for 2.
So it's 57-31. A minute 11 remaining here in the third quarter. The Shock on top. As we coming up on a minute to play. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. To the basket, drawing the foul, and one.
And that'll be Shelby Riggs.
And now that's give her 6 points. So Ricks at the line shooting the and one.
And she knocks that down. So that'll be a 3-point play.
7 points for Ricks. And it's 60-31. Shock on top. Bounce pass is Ford. Ford is blocked with 30 seconds to go. Shock looking to put some more points on the board.
And there's a turnover. One of the fourth of the game for the Shock.
And with 27.4 seconds to go, Voorhees down 60-31 as the shot clock is turned off. And the Shock showing why they're one of the best teams in the Continental Athletic Conference with this 60-31 lead here.
As time is winding down here.
Here's Williams, gets it back up. Parker puts it up, and good. And that is the end of the third quarter, but still, the Shock on top big time, 60-33 as we head into the fourth quarter. Now, the Shock scoring 23 points here in the third quarter to extend their lead to 60-33. As we head back into the comment section, again, I'd like to thank everybody for commenting, whether you're a Tigers fan or you're a Shock fan. And right now, I'm pretty sure some of the Shock fans are enjoying what they are seeing right now. Cindy Ming, yes, Shelby, yes, she's putting in that work. And also Harvette Barnes, commenting as well, agreeing with Cindy. And also I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in And make sure that if you are a Tiger fan or if you just like the content we have on our YouTube page, please like and subscribe and please share Voorhees University Athletics. So if you enjoy the content that we are putting out here, please like and subscribe. We're trying to get our subscription numbers up. If if you like to for us to continue us to broadcast games like this and uh, have you as well be in the comment section and we'll recognize you. Please like and subscribe. We would love to always hear from you and as well as check out some of the other content that we have on our YouTube page. As we start the fourth quarter, 60-33 is our score. Clarence Jones along with Kaya Jarvis as we are here from the Leonard E. Dawson Center on the campus of Voorhees University. As that shot is no good there.
And rebound by Avis Williams as Carl comes back the other way for Voorhees.
Voorhees has a deficit to make up here. Here's Ford. Gives it off to Williams. Back over to Parker. Parker, three-pointer is no good. Newbill comes away with the rebound. Passes back out to Parker. Parker bounce pass inside to Newbill. Newbill. And we'll have a whistle.
Foul is called on number 11, Allen.
That is only her first. Matter of fact, I'm looking down the list. If I might be wrong, but not one shot player has more than one foul.
And
as we have a
timeout is
by
called by
Voorhees.
Coach Glover.
Yep. But yeah, that again, we have played 3 quarters, and now we're in the start of the fourth, and no shot player has more than one foul.
That speaks to discipline. That goes back to the discipline.
And and here's the thing, they play aggressive now. You know,
And they press and all. So that's really just discipline.
because when you play aggressive defense like that against these teams,
You risk
no,
you
yeah,
risk getting into foul trouble.
right. And right now, nobody's in foul trouble. Now, same can be said for the Lady Tigers. Nobody's in foul trouble, but still, you're down 60-33. And one of the challenges of getting back into this ball game, being down by so much, you have to start drawing fouls.
Yeah, so we can force the Shock to foul us and force them to build up some of these fouls, then we can stop the clock.
Here are the Lady Tigers with possession, and here's Ford. And that one is nearly stolen, and a tie-up between Newbill and it looked like it's Linton.
Looks like it's going to be Voorhees basketball.
As we played about a minute into the fourth quarter, here's Carl. Oh, they didn't notice the shot clock.
Looked like they thought the shot clock had reset.
Nah, well, it should not have reset. So here's Linton. Picks up her dribble. Gives it off to Anastasia Allen. Back over to Peterson. Peterson gives it up.
And there's
Short
Allen,
shot
number
shot.
11.
Naeli Allen. That's her third field goal.
And here's Carl for 3, as she
That's
can't
no
hit.
good. And here's a rebound and taken away there by Carl. Gives it up to Parker. Parker puts it up. No good.
You would think the rim would be on our side today, as we have this home court advantage. But Voorhees shots just rolling
It's
on
not
out.
rolling on out, yeah. I mean, there have been probably about at least a good 10 points that's left out there on the court because I want to say about four shots where they had it up close to the rim, but just not able to go down.
As Parker hits the first, and our score is going to be 62-34. Voorhees still down.
8:06 remaining.
And Parker hits the second, going 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
62-35, and it's a backcourt press as Parker knocks the ball out of bounds. I think now, defensively speaking, the Lady Tigers is going to try to really press here. Yes, D. Relaford, facts on that one. We played 2 minutes into the fourth and final quarter.
And
the
she's
block.
blocked. And here comes Parker the other way.
Got 2-on-1 situation off to Carl.
And Carl hits.
And it's 62-37.
And here comes the shot. Oh, double dribble
double
call.
dribble. 7 minutes and 39 seconds to go.
A double dribble call here on Janiyah Peterson. It'll be Voorhees basketball.
Voorhees down 62-37. Still got about 7.5 minutes remaining. But Lady Tigers cannot waste any time here trying to come back from this big deficit.
And that'll be a turnover there for the Tigers.
Up the court it goes. Ball goes out of bounds and last touch by Parker. Seven minutes and 18 seconds to go here as the Shock look like they'll have almost a wholesale change. 4 shot players will come in. 4 will come out.
The Lady Tigers have seen this before with the four sub in from
Right.
Allen.
Yes, with Allen, that is right. But Allen was subbing the whole 5.
It looks like a timeout's called.
Yes, Shock takes the timeout. But once again, you look at it, the Shock not deep in the bench play, not deep as far as like the roster is concerned, but as far as talent, they're a very talented ball club. You have to tip your caps off to them because they are playing like a team, and they dress what I'm gonna say about 10 players out today.
Right.
So, and all 10 players have played.
Everybody has played.
Everybody has played. And they do play as a team. The first unit, the second unit. It's almost like that second unit can easily be the first unit and vice versa.
I mean, but that's what you want to have as if you're a head coach. You want to have at least 10 to 15 girls that you feel like you can trust, at least 10 of them, to come in and play and be productive and not let the speed of the game change when you take the first starting 5 out.
And then especially we don't have a big roster to have at least 8 to 10 players that can really play some ball. That is a big plus for the Shock. Right now,
it's going to be Shock basketball right here under the basket.
Right now, for the Lady Tigers, they need to cause some turnovers here. Out of the corner, it's a 3-pointer, and that's good
for Carol.
Soli Carroll, she's working on a 20-point game this afternoon. And it's 65-37. Once again, in and out for the Lady Tigers. And now too high for Parker. But see, that is a perfect example. For those of us just joining us, that is a perfect example right there of the Lady Tigers missing from up close range. That's probably about the 6th bucket that they missed from up close range. And it's just a bounce. That's all it is. It's just a bounce of the basketball. Not necessarily it's a terrible shot. It's just the way of the basketball. Mormon can't hit. Ball goes out of bounds.
Avis Williams got a big offensive rebound down here that you couldn't see because she turned it over. But she's bringing in what Voorhees needs, some offensive rebounding into the game.
$65-37 is our score. Long 3-pointer. That is no good. Ford comes away with it. Here comes Ford. Ford challenging to the basket. Good. Back the other way, Mormon with the deuce. And it's 67-39 as we're coming up on 6 minutes to play here in this fourth and final quarter. Make sure you join us. Stay with us as we'll have the post-game show coming up as we take a look back at this game.
And Ty
And a whistle.
Bunkley is headed to the free throw line. She's fouled there by Mormon.
And that's only her first. And Mormon has played, put in some minutes here this afternoon. That's only her first foul.
That goes back to that discipline.
As Bunkley will be at the line shooting.
Bunkley misses the first.
And again, being down 67-39, you got to hit your free throws.
She hits the second.
So it's 67-40 is our score. Lady Tigers are down. Under 6 minutes to play here in the ball game. The ball goes out of bounds. Five minutes and 50 seconds to go. 67-40 is our score. Shock on top. Shock has never been behind here in this game as Jones unable to hit. Loose ball on the floor. Will they call it a tie-up? Yes, they will. And Shock will remain with possession.
I think had she just got on the floor, it would have been a jump ball.
As we go into the chat room, hello, good Sunday afternoon to Vivian Reed Dix. How you doing? And Barnes, we'll check on that. See if the audio, if you can hear us out there, let us know in the comment section. Give us a thumbs up, or if you cannot hear us, let us know, as we have a technical foul called on the coach.
On Coach Jared Lyons, the tech here has been called. And looks like Ty Bunkley is going to be shooting two for the Tigers.
67-40 with 5 minutes and 23 seconds to go.
And she misses the first.
Oh, man.
It seems like the rim's really just not our friend today.
Maybe we need to get some new rims.
And she hits the second. And it's going to be Voorhees basketball.
Thank you, Relifoot. Thank you, Cindy, and thank you, Ms. Dale. Appreciate you. Yes, we are back on. If we have any technical audio difficulties, please let us know. But thank you for letting us know. That's why I love our viewers. They let us know if we're on the air or not.
And Snow just turned the ball over. And here the shot coming back the other way.
Merman with the basketball. Coming up on 5 minutes to go here in the ball game. The Shock on top, 67-41. Shock looking to go 7-1 in the conference. Down low it goes. Here's Jones. Up and in over Parker.
And she's trying to take advantage of her size mismatch there. And she posted up under the basket.
69-41 is our score. Lady Tigers are down. Oh, and a turnover.
As Ford checks back in for Snow. And it'll be Shock basketball.
With 4 minutes and 38 seconds to go here in the ball game.
Your score is going to be 69-41. Voorhees down.
So here are the Shock. Ricks with the basketball, being guarded there by Bunkley. Into the corner to Allen. Down low it goes. Once again, Jones, same position, same result.
Jones really trying to take advantage of that mismatch there between her and Cam Parker.
And it's 71-41, the biggest lead of the ball game here for the Shock. Parker, long range three-pointer, no good. Herder comes away with the rebound. Here's Ford. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Ford, three-pointer, no good. Jones come away with the rebound. And we have a foul on Newbill.
And Carl checks back in.
That's Newbill's first and the first team foul of the fourth quarter for the Lady Tigers. Here's Linton. Gives it off to Allen. That's Anastasia Allen, that is. Go inside. Here's Mormon. Mormon with the body, and they'll call the offensive foul. I'll tell you one thing. Those ladies down low for the shot.
They're
definitely
a force to be reckoned
yes,
with.
indeed.
All three of them.
(71-41) is our score. 3:15 remaining here in the ball game. Ever since the Shock jumped out to a 21-2 lead, they have not looked back since then.
Carl almost lost the basketball there.
And it's only 3 seconds left on the shot clock, so she has to put it up. Rebound there by Herder. Herder, bounce pass. Newbill in the lane. Blocked there by Allen. Newbill falls to the floor, and we'll have a whistle.
Seems like timeout's called by Coach Glover here.
So a 30-second timeout called by Coach Glover with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the ball game. Just want to let you know that Lady Tiger basketball is being sponsored by Desiree Ross Insurance Agency, LLC, located at 1291 Broughton Street in Orangeburg, South Carolina. The number to call is 803-878-3315, or you can visit on the World Wide Web on their website at www.drossagency.com. Also, the Ross Center is available now for all occasions, wedding receptions, parties, or anything else. For the best prices in town, the Ross Center, located at 1535 Russell Street in Orangeburg, South Carolina. The number to call is 803-535-9910, and you can visit them on the World Wide Web at www.rosscenter.net. Three-pointer on the way. That's no good. I think Ford was trying to draw the foul there. 2.5 minutes remaining. It's all Shock. 71-41.
Looks like we have a mismatch down there with Carl and Mormon.
And Mormon, of course, will win that mismatch. Mormon now with 8 points, and it's 73-41. Bunkley off to Ford. Ford for three. They've been cold behind the three-point line here this afternoon, Kaya. There's the shot, and good there for Linton. 5 points for Abby, and it's 75-41. Shock. Ford just inside the three-point line. She hits.
Ford down here trying to make something happen down here for the Lady Tigers.
A minute and a half to go. But you can kind of just put this one in the books. It's 75-43.
Yeah, the Shock not shocked here by the Tigers.
No, they're not shocked here by it this afternoon. They will not get shocked. Carl misses.
Mormon comes up with the rebound. And here's Leeton going the other way.
So right now, Shock really, they don't have to put up another shot. They can just really let the clock wind down as we're exactly under a minute to go. Once again, stay with us. We'll have the post-game show coming up. We'll review this game as the Lady Tigers could never recover from that 21-2 start by the shot.
And now we're going back the other way.
Ford still playing. Carl for three. No good. The three-point shot has not fallen down here for the Lady Tigers this afternoon, as that shot no good, and we'll have a whistle and a timeout called by the Shock with 21 seconds to go.
You have to admire the fight that Voorhees showed here today. They were down big, 21-2, and they're still fighting here in the fourth. As Ford looks like she's going through something down there on the baseline.
Yeah, it looked like something was going on with Ford. Nadisha Ford is hurt. Nadisha Ford is hurt. Hopefully she's all right.
As she plays a big role here for the Tigers, freshman guard. Here getting a lot of big minutes here.
Well, I'm glad that she's up. She's coming up on her own power, so that's good to hear because she is she will be a key component to the future of the Lady Tigers basketball squad for the next couple of years. Oh, good defense there. Parker coming it up, but she steps out of bounds.
And you would have thought she stepped out of bounds right there at the baseline here at the end.
All right, with 17.8 seconds to go.
Tigers down 75-43.
And it looked like they're going to play some defense here with 17.8 seconds to go.
As Allen dribbles the ball up the court.
10 seconds to go. And this is pretty much academic here. 75-43 will be the final score as the shot comes in to the Tigers den and defeats our Lady Tigers by the final score of 75-43. Now officially in the books. The Lady Tigers now drop to a record of 5-17. Meanwhile, the Shock of Washington Adventist University improves their record to 15-6 overall, 7-1 in conference play. And the Lady Tigers, now they fall under 500 in conference play. So 2-3 in the conference, and the 5-17 overall are the Lady Tigers. And once again, this Shock team has proven why they are one of the top teams in the Continental Athletic Conference. Make sure that you stay tuned as we'll have the post-game show coming up as we will review everything that went on here. Hopefully we'll get Coach Glover comments, post-game comments. Also, a special shout out once again to all the Shock fans that tuned in here this afternoon. Appreciate you for watching in and tuning in. You have a great ball club, Shock fans, and if they could play like this for the rest of the season, they could probably make a deep run in the national tournament coming up in March. Meanwhile, for the Lady Tigers, is back to the drawing board as they will hit the road now for a couple of games. So make sure that you keep it here with us as we'll have the post-game show coming right up. Once again, our final score is 75-43 as the Shock defeats the Lady Tigers. We'll be right back. We'll have the post-game show coming up right after this.
you think about Voorhees University, think efficiency, effectiveness, and innovation. Know that we are even more mission focused, student centered, and data driven. We are serving students better, creating more opportunities for service learning, and making the campus an ideal environment for teaching and learning and campus life. During the spring and summer months, we improved structures and landscaping totaling $3.5 million. Dollars. We upgraded residence halls, repaired major systems on campus, replaced roofs, and conducted historic preservation work on the oldest building on campus, the Booker T. Washington Building. You can see pole signs that adorn the campus and take the Voorhees presence to downtown Denmark. Perhaps most importantly, students can take advantage of new majors in environmental science, hospitality and tourism management, and emergency management. We have 19 online degrees and a graduate degree in teaching and learning, with one concentration in education systems improvement and another in PK-12 education. Yes, we have something for everyone. We are planning facilities that will enhance student life and increase our reach into the community through the Becoming Beloved Community Initiative. Academic excellence and student success, talent acquisition, leverage and leadership, and accountability, stability, and sustainability. It is a great day to be at Voorhees University. We are happy that you are here to move with us to the next level of excellence.
Here on the Voorhees University campus. We're at Leonard E. Dawson Center. I'm Clarence Jones. As you just saw here this afternoon, the Lady Tigers ran into a buzzsaw in the Washington Adventist University Shock as they come away with the victory. The Shock comes away with a victory here this afternoon, 75-43. And in this ball game, just look to the first quarter where the Shock just came out and kind of just run roughshod through the Lady Tigers, both on the defensive end and also offensively. They got out to a 21-2 lead in the first quarter, and the Lady Tigers could not recover from there, ultimately coming up short, losing 75-43. Also, you look at the Shock team. The Shock team, not a deep bench, but a very formidable opponent here, and the Shock will they play like a team. I mean, they go about 8, 9 deep as far as with the team goes, and they all came and performed here this afternoon. They played lights out on the offensive end, and defensively, they was forcing a lot of turnovers in the first half, which the Lady Tigers didn't really have too much answers for. Now, credit to the Lady Tigers that they're trying to come back here after being down 21-2. They went on a 8-0 run, but of course, the Shock, they had whatever little runs that the Lady Tigers had, the Shock answered with bigger runs. And then not only that, on the defensive end, the Shock with what we call the towers of Anastasia Allen and also Mormon. They was there and they controlled the boards here this afternoon. And of course, with the loss of Ravenel from yesterday in that loss to Payne, and Ravenel was not available today because of her injury. And then for a little time there, Alicia Herder was out due to an injury, but she eventually came back in, but still there was a lot of tall women down low, and they made their presence felt. The Shock made their presence felt down low, and not only that, second chance boards, and they had a lot of points in the paint as well. So the Shock proving why they are one of the top teams in the Continental Athletic Conference. And right now, we're waiting on the head coach for the Lady Tigers, Coach Edward Glover, to come out to discuss about this game here this afternoon. But with the loss for the Lady Tigers, now the losing streak goes to 7 now, as they drop to 5-17 overall and 2-3 in the conference. And right now, we'll have to look at the standings after this weekend to see where the Lady Tigers stand as far as conference standings go. Because, as you know, not everybody from the conference gets invited to the conference tournament in early March. As a matter of fact, the top 8 teams go to the conference tournament. And of course, if you do not qualify for the conference tournament, of course, you will not qualify for the NAIA Big Dance Tournament, which coming up later on in March. So right now, the Lady Tigers, they have a little hole to dig themselves out of now, down winning 2 games and losing 3 games in the conference play. But they still have a couple of more conference games coming up where they can make up some ground here, and hopefully they can get into the top 8 positioning. But if they get, say, the number 8th seed or the 7th seed, but definitely the number 8 seed, more than likely they'll see the Shock team here again in the conference tournament. But in order to get out of the bottom 2 as far as inviting to the conference tournament, they need to lock up some wins here coming up late here in the season. The Tigers, Lady Tigers, right now still have not won a game since January the 18th, when it was a home victory over Morris. So the Lady Tigers definitely right now will have to get back on the winning track. Hopefully, they can get back on the winning track, and they do have the talent to get back on the winning track as well. It's just like in this game, there was several opportunities for the Lady Tigers to have points in the paint, but unfortunately, the bounce of the ball did not go in for the Lady Tigers. And there were some shots that they saw, and it was good looks at the shots, but it just wasn't falling down. Sometimes it would go in and out, or it's just a little bit off. But the Lady Tigers, I still say, if they could just keep it together, I'm sure that those same shots that they missed here this afternoon against the Shock, they will start falling. But the opportunities were there for the Lady Tigers to try to get back into the ball game. But the Shock, defensively speaking, as well, kind of limit the Lady Tigers in second chance field goals. But not only that, the Lady Tigers. Unfortunately, was cold behind the 3-point line here this afternoon. Ty Bunkley, who usually can hit about 4 to 5 3-pointers. She was only able to hit one 3-pointer here this afternoon. And of course, none of her teammates wasn't that good behind the 3-point line as well. So it was a tough loss here this afternoon for the Lady Tigers, but they'll have to now heal up and rest up, as they'll have a few days to break here as they're coming off of a back-to-back. And it's funny that the last about, I'll say, 3 weeks or so, the Lady Tigers have played something similar to a semi NBA type schedule, because they had a back to back. And matter of fact, they had played 3 games in 4 days at one point. And now, of course, this weekend with the back to back. But again, the Lady Tigers come up short. 75-43. Lady Tigers now again drops to a record of 5-17 and 2-3 in the conference play. Meanwhile, for the Shock, they look like a team that might make a run, not just the conference tournament, because right now they will be the odds-on favorite to take the conference tournament. But you look at nationally speaking now, the Shock has an opportunity to make a deep run. The way how they played here this afternoon, from what I've seen, they can make a deep run in the national tournament. But again, it's all depends on how the ball bounces. And unfortunately, the Lady Tigers, the ball did not bounce the way of the Lady Tigers here this afternoon. Once again, 75-43 is our final score. First off, I want to give a big shout out to everybody that tuned us in here this afternoon and the comments as well. We appreciate you for the comments. Tiger Nation, as always, represent. And thank you to all the Shock fans that also tuned in here this afternoon. And for our Tigers fans, and of course, for those of you, your YouTubers, if you like this content and you want to watch more Lady Tigers and Men Tigers basketball from our archive, you can do that at Voorhees University Athletics on our YouTube page. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube page. It only helps us out in trying to bring more content to you. And also, please follow us on Facebook as well at Voorhees University. And you can also follow us on Instagram, IG right now at Voorhees University, if I'm not mistaken. As we wait on the coach to come in, I'm gonna bring in the man, the producer here, uh, as we got sit here. Curtis Sumner, I said sit here, but stand. But Curtis, once again, a good effort from the production team. Unfortunately, the Lady Tigers could not come away with the victory, but still, we want to thank everybody for tuning in, and it really helps us out.
Definitely. We student run crew. So all the camera work and a lot of production that you see goes on that happens by our students. So we want to give a big shout out to them. I'm going to call out my young fella Nick and
Yes.
Ashley and Tessina. Last night with our doubleheader, Dominique was with us as well.
Mhm.
So we have a growing crew. Our crew shifts
Yeah.
from time to time.
Right.
Um, real tough loss today.
Yeah, it was a tough loss. Again, I guess the height of the shock down low, that's what really hurt the Lady Tigers, and especially since you did not have the services of Ravenel, and for a time there you did not have the services of Herder. So the Lady Tigers was kind of struggling to keep up with the big ladies down low from the shock. That's why Avis Williams really had to come in and try to at least match up height wise with them,
Right.
but still, the shock was there. They came around the boards. They did everything. They rebounded. They hustled. But I was still saying I will hark back to this as far as what happened in the game, and what I think was the game decider was really way back in the first quarter when the shock jumped out to that 21-2 lead, and it seemed like the Lady Tigers from that point forward was just trying to battle back, but they just could not get it all the way back there.
Well, you mentioned the schedule that they've been running, and we've played a lot of back-to-back games this season.
Hmm. An NBA type schedule,
Definitely,
the old NBA
so
schedule.
I think that definitely has an impact. If you look at the game yesterday, ladies did fairly well at the beginning. I think maybe they ran out of gas in
Right.
the fourth quarter. Um, do you think that carried over into the situation today?
It could possibly, but at the same time, when you see the schedule and you know what's going to happen, you try to rest up as you can, but you can't do too much resting when you have a back to back like that.
Right.
And then not only that, you got to remember, this is a game of emotions here.
Very
Okay.
true.
So if you lose in a heartbreak fashion, it's like, well, we could say on camera, get it out your system, but and for those who've played sports before, when you suffer a bad loss or a heartbreaking loss, it doesn't get out of your system right away. But of course, when you have another game the next day, you have to get it out your system somehow and try to play. But like I said, this was a great shot team. This is not this
Oh
this this
yes.
was no a pushover team. This is a team here that can definitely contend for a national championship or NAIA championship. So, and not only that, I'm pretty sure they will be one of the odds-on favorite in the conference tournament.
Definitely.
So you have to look at that part and instance, and like, look, we could have got them, but unfortunately, the basketball. Again, I'm gonna say this: the basketball just did not fall for us today. We had some looks, it just did not fall for us, and that happens. It just happens sometimes, folks. So,
Definitely.
all
Let's
right.
bring Coach Glover.
Oh well. Speaking of the man, we have Coach Glover. As we have Coach Glover here. Well, we gave us a couple of final stats. But we'll get into that. But of course, the Lady Tigers come up short here today against a very good shock team, as you mentioned yesterday. Let's get into this. What are your thoughts about the game? Because I really think that once Lady Tigers were down 21-2, it seemed like for the rest of the game they were just trying to battle back, battle back.
And that's hard. That's hard coming back like that.
Mhm.
That's hard. And if you look at it from then, we played with them.
Right.
From right on, we played with them. But we 56 shots. They got 56 shots. We made 15. They
Mhm.
made 30. It's a difference right
Difference
there.
right there.
Difference
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
And then coming off a tough one yesterday
Mhm.
against Payne.
Mhm.
If that would have turned out different momentum going into this one,
Mhm.
you got to do a whole lot right when you're playing against a good team.
Right.
But hey, hopefully we'll see them down the line. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
And one thing I can say, when we 2020, when that group he has was young,
Mm-hmm.
we went to the tournament, conference tournament, played them in the second round. They were higher seed than we were. We ended up beating them. We got up as much as 30 at one time.
Mhm.
But he was a young team,
Right.
similar to what we're going through right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the tables have turned.
Mm-hmm.
They've been Washington Adventist has been getting better each year,
Mhm.
and you can see they have what the three-headed post players.
Right.
Really, it's four because one young lady was hurt.
Right. Yeah. And I was wondering because I was looking at the roster. They only have 4 forwards on the roster. The rest is just guard heavy.
Yeah.
And I guess it's the sign of the times here where
And number 23, Shelby, out of Lewisburg College, junior college, we recruited her heavily.
Yeah, Shelby. Yes.
Yeah. But she just wanted to
Shelby
be in a bigger
Rich,
city. She wanted to be in a bigger city than Denmark. But
Right.
that's understandable.
Right.
So that's some of the challenges we have as coaches in this recruiting period.
Right. So now looking at this game, of course, Ty Bunkley didn't really get off like she normally would get off behind the 3-point line. Matter of fact, the ladies overall just struggled from behind the shooting arc, but just overall from the field, they struggled a little bit. Was it? I can't. I don't know. Was it fatigue or something, or is it because
back to back is tough?
Right.
But that's what you have to get ready for because tournament play. That's what it is. It's back to back. Is we don't have it. Some conferences there in the NAIA there is, and even in the NCAA, if they go into whole sites, you'll play, get a day, you'll play the next place. But we go to one location, so it's it's back to back to back.
Right.
It's like our national tournament. The only day in between is from the final 8 to the final 4. Final 4, you go right to the championship next day. Wow. So it's old school basketball.
Yeah, it is old school basketball. And as I mentioned to the audience, I guess before you got here, I said the Lady Tigers are playing old school NBA type schedule where you playing like it was just recently we played 3 games in 4 days. And now playing back to back here. So, you look at the cluster of games in recent weeks here, that's more of a professional basketball.
And a lot of that is because of small college ball is traveling. Washington Adventist came to South Carolina and needed 2 games, 2 conference games, Morris and us.
Right.
So back to back. You might get sometimes with a day between, but most time it's back to back.
Right.
Yeah. And it's just with schedule, especially when teams come from great distance. They want to get in, get games in and get out, just like when we travel, the same situation.
Now, I also mentioned that because of the ladies, Mormon and Allen, Anastasia Allen, and a few others, we kind of missed, I think, Ravenel for that height. And I noticed Avis Williams got some play in, but basically to try to match height for height with them.
Yeah, and you took points off the board too with Nas. You took rebounding off.
Yeah,
she played such a big role, and I like she was a freshman on that 1920 team. That was part of that big victory over Washington Adventist then.
Right. And then not only that, we lost Alicia for a little bit of the game. How's her status?
Knee, I think she'll be all right. I think she'll progress through. We just got to watch her minutes. We're all getting banged right now.
Yeah, and
but we just got to stay mentally into it. Stay in it physically the best we can.
And how's Nadisha? Because I know late in the game, it looked like she was hobbling a little bit. How is she doing?
We'll look at that tomorrow. She's all right now. We'll see how it goes. Sometime, after 24 hours, things change. So we'll see how that goes.
All right. So now, ready or not, here comes the next opponent in.
Yeah. We got Mars on Tuesday. At their place, always a tough place to play. I don't care who they put on the floor.
Right.
We have to go in there mentally and physically ready to go.
Yep. So right now, as far as rest, you got to give the girls a rest.
Yeah. We're not going hard tomorrow because it's one day. And then after that, we'll probably take a break because we don't play against a Saturday. But the thing about it, we're seeing teams again except for the 13th with the Virgin Islands.
Okay.
Everybody else we played.
Right.
So
Okay.
getting, we're on that side of the schedule now.
Now, I'll get you out on this. What can you say to the fans? Because I know the Lady Tigers they're playing hard out there. But what is your message to the fans?
Well, if people been following us over the years, we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
One thing, a lot of times even on campus, they don't worry about me.
Yeah.
But we're rebuilding. I hate to say it. I never at this stage in my career, never want to say you're rebuilding, you're trying to reload. But to be honest, we are rebuilding.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to get this program back where it was right for pre-COVID, and
Well,
winning 20 games, going to national tournament. That's what it's all about.
Well, let's not forget this is still a very young Lady
Yeah,
Tiger
yeah,
squad.
yeah,
So
yeah. And
people
we
tend
talked
to
about
forget.
that before the season started. How
Mhm.
young we was. As a matter of fact, now it's keeping them together. And as you can see, just like Washington Adventist. And I wish I had something I could look at where they were then.
Mhm.
How their progress with seniors.
Mhm.
I put on returning players on the board. Almost the whole team.
Right.
So
Right.
it does make a difference. Especially in the women's game
Mhm.
and small college basketball on the men's side. You look at the big schools in the NCAA, that one and done. A lot of people forget about that because they won and go on,
Right.
and they rebuild
Mhm.
quick like. But with the small programs, you see some of those smaller schools that get there to the Final Four, or
Mhm.
Elite Eight, or Sweet 16
Mhm.
because they've been together.
Right.
A lot of times those teams are full of seniors, but when they fall off, you don't see
Yeah.
those teams anymore
Right.
for a while until they rebuild.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're in that stage.
Oh yeah. Well, I think with over time, I think the Lady Tigers will improve, and the more I guess camaraderie between the players, I think it will improve, and we'll get some more wins here. How
Oh, yeah.
about that?
And then we get in. You got to be in it to win it.
Yeah, you
You got to
have
be in it to win it. So
exactly.
anything can happen in the postseason.
Exactly. Well, Coach Glover, thank you for joining me here this afternoon. Once again, it's a tough loss, but I know the girls, they'll come back and they'll try to play as strong as ever. Next game, ladies and gentlemen, Morris at Morris on Tuesday. If you want to come up there to
And it may be
something.
and it may be Facebook Live. I'm not sure.
Maybe Facebook. Okay. Well, just check back with us. We'll let you know. We'll inform you. Just check back on our Voorhees University Facebook page and also our IG page as well. So that's it. Thank you so very much,
Appreciate you
Coach Glover.
guys.
I appreciate you. And for all of us here, thank you for tuning in. And we appreciate once again all the comments and everybody tuning in. We will see you down the road. For everybody here, I'm Clarence Jones. Have a good rest of your Sunday, and we'll speak to you down the road. So long, everybody.